One of the biggest problems today in the world is unemployment. We looked at a case study of Uganda and really wondered, could there be a solution to this? Some are looking to the government, others are looking to so many other solutions. Others feel the country owes them something. Most of them are looking to be employed by the government. Is that really possible? Maybe that there is hope. Could there be a way? Well, let's find out. We caught up with one of the successful entrepreneurs in Uganda, a young man. Listen to his story, learn something from him, and it could change your life.
Hi everyone, Gerald is my name. I'm 26 years old. I live in Kampala, Uganda. Well, I'm a young man. I'm very excited about life and what it has to offer. I work with the bank, but I'm also a craftsman. I do woodwork, make things out of wood, with the furniture, but I've concentrated on the crafts bit and creating new products out of wood. I started this in my last year of university. That was 2011. Before I graduated, I had a friend who had a workshop, so I spent after studying, I spent a lot of my time at his workshop and got hands-on training and experience with wood. So when I finished school, I really didn't want to look for a job, so I tried figuring out how I would work out life. I didn't want to work for him because I didn't want to be employed anywhere, but I wanted to be self-employed. So I figured out what life had to offer for me, and from it was, at first it was a bit complicated. You're done with school, everyone is asking you to get a job, to get work, but I had a passion for innovation and creativity, and for me it drove me every day. I thought hard about what I could do with the little opportunities I had around me, and one day not out of the blue, through rigorous thinking, I sat down and I imagined, if I created just a simple product, something I can sell every day, even if I sold it for 1,000 shillings, I know I would have an income every day, which would probably cater for all my needs. The first thing I did was to look around, what need is there in our community, and how can I fulfill that need. There wasn't much as at first to get on, but a light bulb came up, and I used to see people with keys, and I imagined, if I created a product, if I created a key holder with someone's name, I would customize it with their names. I used to see a lot of things imported from China, and I thought, can't we do this in Uganda? Can't we come up with something better that we can sell here locally? And in one of those moments, I figured out how to make a personalized keychain, which can be made out of wood, with any name, with any word, with any phrase. So that's how I started. I think making the personalized keychain was like a brainchild for me. This is how the key holder looks like, with different names. We can paint it and customize it to anyone's taste and need, and people like them. I've realized everyone is crazy about their names. Everyone would want to hold. I'm sure even me, I've made so many for myself. Besides the key holders, I've developed other products. These include wall hangings, they include coasters. Basically anything with a letter, with a word, I can make it for you. Gifts, birthday gifts, all sorts of presents, with color, without color. For the 4 years I've been doing this, I've taught people how to make this. About 6 people now, and actually some of them have moved on and are running their own businesses, and they're doing really well. One of my trainees is right now pursuing a bachelor's in law, and is getting tuition out of making these keychains. Every other day he's busy. He will study in the day and he will work in the night. A few other people have graduated from school and they've been using this as a source of income not depending on your parents, on any other source except making the keychain.
We decided to check out one of the people who has benefited from Gerald's products, Sarah Kabasindi, who's stationed outside one of the biggest supermarkets in Uganda.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
You're back?
Yeah, I'm back.
So you make your order?
Yeah, I said I want like somebody. So it's how much?
It's 10,000.
10,000.
Pay a deposit of 5,000 shillings.
She takes down the name and number of the customer and the details of the order and tells her to come back at a time she knows it will be ready. Sarah has been selling these products for 2 years now, and she says she has greatly benefited from them. She says this business has greatly improved her life, and for sure we can see that just from the small idea Gerald had, lots of people have benefited from it and many customers are satisfied and orders keep coming every day.
I have a passion for young people and changing mindsets. Looking at the many resources that we have in the country and in Uganda as a whole, even in Africa, so many, we have a lot of unutilized potential. For example, I get this wood from big workshops, and these are things they will throw away. So I'll pick them for free. Imagine I get these for free, but all I have to do is design them to look like this. It will cost less than 500 Ugandan shillings to produce this, but I will sell this between 3,000 and 7,000 Ugandan shillings, depending on what someone wants. This is what I have to say, that we don't need to wait for the government to help us. Like many say, government etuyambe, twinda government etuyambe. We have the potential. People say that they're looking for capital for 10 million, but starting this, I needed about 500,000 because I have a machine that will do the outside and the rest is done by hand. But it only cost me 500,000 shillings to start this business. Right now, I can make that 500 in just a week. In a very good week, I can actually make more than 500,000 shillings from these keychains. My advice to the young people is don't sit down. There are ideas that you have in your head. Probably there's a passion, whatever it may be, about agriculture, about engineering, about whatever it is, about music, about dance. I'm sure each one of us can create a business out of our ideas. So we can do something with the little that we have. Irrespective of our challenges, I believe we all have the potential to rise beyond our current circumstances and make something of value that will add value to our community and to the world. One major issue that I see, that I've faced and I still see, is getting the right people to work with. Not many people have the right mindset to actually get down and do the dirty work. By dirty jobs, I mean have your hands dirty and probably wear funny clothes. For example, I invited a few friends to come and work with me, but they would come work for 1 or 2 days and say they can't handle this, is too tiring for them. And that is a wrong mindset that we as young people have to change. That we can work hard. I believe you don't need a bachelor's degree to do this. All you need is the right attitude and be hardworking. Many a times people are looking for white collar jobs, are looking for office jobs. Don't undermine the dirty jobs. Even if you sold charcoal, even if you sold bread, even if you sold anything that you didn't study for, I believe that is a source of business, that is a source of income, and we need more people who can creatively come up with ideas and make businesses out of them, because that's the way forward, I believe, as a nation and as Africa as a continent. We cannot rely on foreign aid, we cannot rely on grants for us, because over $1 trillion has been invested in Africa, but we don't see the result of that. Our resources are being mishandled, but if we come up with businesses from our local needs and export this, we will actually get very, very far. Besides this, I'm employed with the bank, but I do this because I love it. I have a passion for this, and I actually earn more from this than I earn from my work in the bank. The reason why I'm working with the bank is just being able to do this and do a business out of it is not enough. I need to grow and learn about business, learn about business skills, learn about financing, learn about how to handle and manage money, of which these are skills that I believe are very crucial for me for my business to survive. I need to know how I can grow business professionally, how I can access funding, how I can manage my finances, my cash flows, which is really key for survival of business.
We sought some views from some of the leaders in Uganda. Let's hear what they have to say.
My name is Brian Barunji. I've had the grand opportunity to work with young people for about 8 years now. I'm a youth worker at Auto Church North. Challenging but also passionate kind of job that I do. There have been those ups and downs, but youth, I believe, are a great group of people. They're young, they're energetic. There's a lot of potential in there that they themselves need to tap into. One challenge that I've noticed is the idea of attitudes. I think young people have got a number of attitudes or mindsets that they have created in themselves that have let them down, that have led to this potential being lacking in the things that they do and the things that they say. Young people are creative, very dynamic. They're still growing, and so that means they still have a lot to offer. But because of the attitudes and the different mindsets that they have around them, I think this affects them so much in terms of what they can do, what they can achieve, and what they can actually bring Uganda to. For example, if someone believes that whatever they were told in life, you cannot amount to anything, you cannot do this and that, if they continue to believe that, it's most probably going to happen to them. Many young people feel they cannot do certain things because of what they believe is said about them. But also besides that, what has the environment or what has the community, what has society told them that they are? Because they are young, they believe there are certain things that they cannot do. From what I know, I believe my Bible tells me that the strength or the glory of the young people is in their strength. So with their strength, they can take this nation very far. I think we need to go past the idea of money, because that in its sense needs to be the last thing or the end result as to why we do some certain things that we do. When you look at the levels of unemployment in this nation, of course the majority are the youth. Yeah, but because of the mindsets that they have created within themselves and around themselves, I think that has led so much to many young people complaining about the fact that there are no jobs, there's nothing to do, and things like that. Before I actually got a paying job, I actually volunteered with an uncle. It was at a construction site, mixing what they call the hardcore, carrying bricks and things like that. That is what I did. And I've had opportunity after opportunity to volunteer. And through that, many people will see your potential and will want to give you something to do, even with money added now to it. Find the right places where you think, this is where I can grow. And in that end, you will find that you're using your talents, your God-given talents, to bless other people. You're using your God-given talents, to make the money that you wanted to make. But the first thing that we need to do is find out, what can I offer? Don't sit back and wait and think, I need to make money. Yes, you need to make money, but what do you have to offer? As a young person, I think you have so much. There is a lot that you can do with yourself, with the people. The Bible says, be faithful with little, and later much will be given to you. First of all, prove yourself to yourself, and then to the people around you. I believe that is a grand step into getting into where your area of creativity is. God has blessed us with so much. The brains that we have function like the best machine you could ever think, better than that. It's important to get educated, it's important to train, but it does not per se give you the right to say that I need a job after education. I think it gives you the skills, the right skills. If you have whatever opportunity it is to go out and get an education, to go out and get whatever kind of training it is, whether it is informal or formal, it's important to get that training. Many young people do not want to be mentored. Many young people do not want to be discipled. Yet I think there is a lot that the older generation has to offer us. It's very important that we learn from the people who have been there.
Some of my products are actually being exported. These keychains, I make these for a few organizations that I export them to Austria, to the UK, to America. And for me, it's big plus because I've created a product that is acceptable in international markets. And I believe that is just the beginning for me. I have bigger dreams than this. Dreams to create more products, to even make this out of steel, out of rubber, out of plastic, out of every material that I can put my hands on. And I know everyone in the world who has keys, or maybe you have a car, or maybe you have house keys. I believe you're my potential client for buying this keychain. So all I'm working out is how will I get this? How will I get this keychain to you? How will you order it? So for me, life has just begun. I'm excited about what it has to offer. I'm excited about the challenges, because it's actually those challenges that make me think outside the box, that make me want to be a better person, that make me want to rise above my circumstances.